Hey guys, Rob Baldwin here, IMX Productions, and let's design a vintage style t-shirt. Before I start, I do Photoshop tutorials every week, so please hit that subscribe, hit the bell, and let's get started. Okay, so first thing we're going to do here is we're going to look at Google. We're going to Google search vintage shirts, just to get an idea of what we're designing today. Alright, we go to images, and look at these you can see the old school photography logo. That's kind of what we want to go for. A lot of circular designs, a lot of old style fonts, a lot of cool grungy elements, things like that. Okay, so let's start with the black canvas. Remember to make it pretty big. I usually go with 2000 by 3000. Before we begin, something I like to always talk about when we design shirts like that, a lot of the time you want specific elements. So we just talked about vintage shirts, old school fonts, a lot of circular designs, kind of floral elements, things like that. So you want to gather all your elements before you start designing. Find some cool fonts that you like. I've got a link below, duffont.com, one of my favorite sites. There's thousands of fonts you can use freely. And go find some different floral designs. You can get these, you can buy them off Shutterstock, you can find them on Google, you can use them off royalty-free websites. I got a lot of links below on the blog post, so be sure to click that. But basically, you want to get all these elements before we even start designing, so that when you get to designing, we're just basically throwing them together, and you're not wasting 20 minutes looking for a font and trying 5 different ones. Okay, let's get back to it. So, excuse the voice. I don't know what's going on. I sound a little off today. We're going to write video. I like this font. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with the V. I want the V a little bigger. So let's just, come here in the character box, up the size a little bit. It's looking pretty good. Come up here, we're going to lower the first letters. It's just too much. There we go. So a lot of that is just preference. Get it the way you like it. Okay, let's center it. We're going to then, let's hit Alt Option and drag it to create a second layer. We're then going to write Productions. Okay, so I use that often. It's kind of invisible if you're watching the videos, but if you see me dragging and duplicating a layer, what I'm doing is I'm holding Alt or Option, and then I'm just dragging it, and it creates a duplicate layer. Okay, so we changed the Productions, and we're going to grab another font. Okay, I like the thin one. There we go, Video Productions. It kind of defines what we do here at IMX, so we're going to make a Video Productions IMX related shirt. All right, back to it. Blending options. Let's put some color. We're going to go with kind of that one design we saw on Google there, where it had kind of a nice kind of golden brown look to it. So that's what we're going for. All right, perfect. We're going to copy that layer again. We're going to give it the same color, so the same color overlay. That's the background layer. And look, I'm just slightly moving it off. It's going to give it kind of a, let's go a little darker. We're giving kind of a shadowy effect. There we go. Let's zoom in here. So a little shadowing, little offset. I like it. I like it. Perfect. Okay, looking good. We're going to make another layer. So we'll hit Command Control again to duplicate, drag that down, and then we're going to write in our since 2005. We got the business going in 2005, so that's our kind of, you could write established, these old. All right, I'm going to go get my logo here. So I've got my logo file open in Illustrator. Don't need InDesign. Let's go back to Photoshop. Let's paste that in as pixels. We've got our IMX logo there. We're going to bring that above. Go into your blending options, and we're going to hit copy blending options on the productions layer and then paste on that layer. So okay, looking good. It's already looking pretty cool. We're going to add quite a few other elements to it. Let's grab the circle shape tool, and we're going to put a just a big ellipse in there. Bring it above everything. We're going to go into the blending options. Right-click blending options. A lot of stuff we do is in the blending options, layer styles. If you want to learn more about layer styles, you can click this link on one of these sides. Click the link and check that out. Basically what we've done is we've removed the fill, so there's no fill color, but we're adding a stroke, and we're just gonna basically just shape it, maybe less of a circle, more of an oval. We've added a stroke of that golden brown color we're going for, a little darker. We're gonna make a duplicate of that one. Go back to blending options, into your stroke, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it bigger. Go into the color, add even a darker element. Okay, so we've created kind of two different shades here. We're going to make them make it a little bigger. So now we've got two outer rings around our design. That's looking pretty cool. I've got this element. Like I said, a lot of this is getting your elements before. So you can find brushes for these floral designs. Go to the website. I'll show you where you can download some awesome floral designs. Click that link. But bring in that floral design in there, and then give it the blending option. We're going to shape it, place it in the corner. Again, we're adding elements. We're copying our layer style, so they're copying our blending, our color overlay, so that we match our same colors. Perfect. That's looking really cool. We're going to bring it another duplicate below. Hit the transform. Command Control T for that. Vertical. Put that right there. It's covering the production. So I'm going to grab the lasso tool, and I'm just going to delete the bottom portion. Awesome. Drag it across. Command Control T, do that same. That's not what I want. Horizontal. Ugh. There we go. Looking good. Pretty epic. Next thing we're going to do, I got this image online from royalty-free stock, and you've got to learn how to take photographs and then turn them into vector images that you can then use in your t-shirts. Click the link right here. I'll show you how to do that. But essentially, we're using the same technique. We took an image of a clapper, brought it into Illustrator, vectorized it into two colors, black and white, and I'm just taking the white portion, bringing it back into my design so I can use it. Okay, so we've got the white portion of our clapper. So we want a little video production element in there. We'll paste as pixels, make it small, put it right there next to the Sense 2005. Copy it, duplicate across, reverse it. Looking pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's, maybe we'll make it a different color. Just move that. All right, so take those two layers. We're going to merge them. Command Control E on that to merge. That makes them one layer. And then we're going to add a mask on that layer. We're going to hit the hold Control on the ellipse to select the ellipse. And then we're going to just inverse that selection and draw black everywhere around. So we're basically masking out the rest and keeping it just inside that ellipse. And then we're just going to add our color overlay, give it that same color, and I'm really happy with that design. Let's see what it looks like on a shirt. So, actually, no. Before we end, one last element. We want some of that grungy, like faded ink look. So just grab a grunge layer. You can find these on Google. Just type in grunge texture. We're going to make it big like that, and make it above. So I've grouped everything. We're going to inverse that color. I just want to make sure the background is all black, so merge those two. So we've just got that inverted white on black grunge. Actually, invert that again into white, sorry. And then we're going to hit a layer. Hit Command and click the layer option, and then paste that design in there. And as you come out, as you can see, we've now got this grungy black dots over our whole design. And you can play with that layer. So the mask layer, we can make a curve in there, make it less grunge, more dots, less dots. You can even go in there with a brush and just brush out where you don't want it to affect your design as much. And again, just play with it, make it your own, have fun. There's the design, guys. If we want to see what this would look like, throw in one of our templates. Here's our template with the girl. I show you how to do this in another video, so check that video out. You can see how to make one of these templates. But let's see what that looks like, and that's a pretty badass shirt. I'm gonna have to print one of these so that so I can wear one of these on a future episode because I like that shirt. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that. It's just that simple. There's a lot of steps there, but I mean, you get those elements first, get the fonts you want to use, get the graphics you want to put in there, and then just construct this thing one element at a time. Go on google.com and get some ideas, get some references of other t-shirts on there that you'd like to try to do something similar, and put this together. Now, when you're done with that, we did it in Photoshop, so we're going to save as a PNG. We have two options. You can save as a PNG, or you can convert it to vector. If you want to know how to do that, click this video up here to show you how to do that, and then upload to Gearbubble, to Teespring, whatever you're using, and print some shirts. All right, hope you enjoyed that, guys. Don't forget to click on any of our other, we've got a lot of playlists on t-shirt design, on different graphic design tutorials, so leave a comment. Let us know what kind of videos you want to see, what tutorials you want to see, and we'll make sure to get those done. All right, this is Rob Baldwin. Cheers.